John Deere, the legendary American tractor giant, just sent shockwaves through the political world, and Trump is furious. It all started with a corporate decision, one that Trump saw as a direct betrayal of American workers. In a fiery rally, he lashed out, threatening brutal tariffs and igniting a battle that's gripping the country. Is this a fight for American jobs, or just another political showdown spiraling out of control? In mid-2024, John Deere announced plans to shift the production of certain equipment, including skid steer loaders and compact track loaders, from its U.S. factories to a facility in Mexico. This decision was part of a broader strategy to optimize operations and reduce costs amid a slowdown in the agricultural equipment market. The move included laying off over 800 employees in Illinois and Iowa, with plans to complete the transition by 2026.
This includes moving the production of some models of our skid steer loaders and compact loaders to our factory in Mexico.
This announcement did not sit well with former President Donald Trump and his supporters. They viewed John Deere's decision as a betrayal of American workers and a threat to domestic manufacturing. Trump's administration had emphasized bringing jobs back to the U.S. and penalizing companies that outsourced production. The news of John Deere's shift to Mexico was seen as a direct challenge to these policies. The broader context of this controversy involves significant shifts in global trade, a growing emphasis on sustainable farming, and mounting economic pressures. Companies like John Deere are navigating a complex landscape where they must balance cost efficiencies with environmental responsibilities. The decision to move production to Mexico reflects the challenges American manufacturers face in remaining competitive, while adhering to evolving market demands and regulatory standards. When news broke of John Deere's plans to move part of its production to Mexico, former President Donald Trump responded with characteristic fervor. At a campaign-style rally in western Pennsylvania in September 2024, Trump addressed the issue head-on. He declared that if John Deere proceeded with its relocation plans, he would impose a 200% tariff on all their products imported into the United States. This threat was aimed at discouraging the company from outsourcing American jobs and maintaining domestic manufacturing. Trump accused John Deere of corporate disloyalty, asserting that the company was turning its back on the American workers who had supported it for generations. He framed the issue as a betrayal not only of the workforce, but of the nation's economic interests. His rhetoric resonated with many who felt that globalization had led to the erosion of American industry. The controversy quickly spilled over into social media. Trump's statements ignited a firestorm, with hashtags like #DeerDisloyal trending across platforms. Supporters echoed his sentiments, calling for boycotts of John Deere products and demanding that the company reconsider its decision. Critics, however, argued that such tariffs could backfire, leading to higher costs for farmers and consumers. Trump's forceful response deepened political divisions and sparked widespread public debate. While some praised his stance as a defense of American jobs, others viewed it as an oversimplification of complex economic realities. The situation highlighted the tension between protectionist policies and the globalized nature of modern manufacturing. In the wake of Trump's confrontation with John Deere, political figures from both sides of the aisle seized the opportunity to advance their agendas. Trump's allies framed John Deere's actions as an affront to American workers and a symptom of corporate greed. They argued that companies benefiting from American markets and labor should remain loyal to the country and its workforce. On the other hand, Democratic leaders defended John Deere's decision as a necessary adaptation to global economic pressures. They emphasized the importance of allowing companies the flexibility to make strategic decisions that ensure their long-term viability. Some Democrats also highlighted the need for comprehensive policies that support workers affected by such transitions, including retraining programs and economic assistance. Politicians across the spectrum leveraged the controversy to appeal to voters in key agricultural states. In regions like the Midwest, where farming is a significant part of the economy, The issue struck a chord. Lawmakers tailored their messages to resonate with their constituents' concerns, whether emphasizing job preservation or economic modernization.
The former president, Donald Trump, today vowed to impose a 200% tariff on John Deere's imports.
The recent tensions between John Deere and former President Donald Trump have sparked a flurry of discussions, both within the company and across the broader agricultural industry. Insider reports suggest that John Deere's leadership is deeply engaged in evaluating the potential repercussions of Trump's proposed 200% tariff on products manufactured in Mexico. This introspection comes as the company faces criticism for its decision to relocate certain production lines to Mexico, a move that has led to significant layoffs in U.S. facilities. Within John Deere, there's an ongoing debate about balancing cost-saving measures with the company's long-standing commitment to American manufacturing. Some executives argue that shifting production is essential for maintaining competitiveness in a global market, while others express concern over the potential damage to the company's reputation and relationships with its core customer base. The looming threat of substantial tariffs adds another layer of complexity to these deliberations. On the regulatory front, there is speculation about potential actions from Trump's camp. Given the former president's track record of leveraging tariffs to influence corporate decisions, industry observers are keenly watching for any formal policy proposals or executive actions that could impact not only John Deere, but also other companies considering similar moves. The possibility of increased tariffs has raised concerns about supply chain disruptions and higher costs for consumers. The reaction from smaller agricultural businesses and industry leaders has been mixed. Some view John Deere's decision as a necessary adaptation to global economic pressures, while others see it as a betrayal of American workers. Smaller equipment manufacturers, in particular, are monitoring the situation closely, as it could present opportunities to capture market share if farmers seek alternatives to John Deere products. Industry associations have called for a balanced approach, emphasizing the need to support domestic manufacturing while remaining competitive internationally. Across the corporate world, companies are observing this feud with keen interest. The outcome could set a precedent for how businesses navigate the complex interplay between globalization and domestic economic policies. Many firms are reassessing their production strategies, weighing the benefits of cost reductions against the potential risks of political backlash and tariffs. The situation underscores the delicate balance companies must maintain in a globalized economy, where decisions are influenced by a myriad of factors, including politics, economics, and public perception. John Deere's evolution into a global powerhouse didn't happen overnight. Over the years, the company expanded its operations beyond U.S. borders, establishing manufacturing facilities and partnerships worldwide. This global strategy was driven by the need to access emerging markets, reduce production costs, and stay competitive in an increasingly interconnected world. However, this globalization has occasionally put John Deere at odds with domestic economic policies that prioritize American jobs and manufacturing. Former President Trump's America First agenda sought to revitalize U.S. manufacturing by encouraging companies to keep production within the country. Policies included tax incentives for domestic production and tariffs on imported goods to discourage outsourcing. While these measures aimed to protect American workers, they also presented challenges for companies like John Deere, which had built complex global supply chains to optimize efficiency and cost. The tension between economic nationalism and global business realities is a central theme in this dispute. On one hand, there's a compelling argument for supporting domestic industries and preserving jobs. On the other, companies must navigate global markets to remain competitive, which sometimes necessitates moving production to locations with lower costs or strategic advantages. This balancing act is further complicated by the potential for tariffs and trade barriers, which can disrupt supply chains and increase costs for both businesses and consumers. Historically, tariffs have been a double-edged sword for American agriculture. While intended to protect domestic industries, They often lead to retaliatory measures from other countries, affecting U.S. agricultural exports. For instance, during Trump's tenure, tariffs imposed on Chinese goods led to retaliatory tariffs on American agricultural products, resulting in significant financial losses for U.S. farmers. This history highlights the complex interplay between trade policies and the agricultural sector, where protective measures can sometimes have unintended negative consequences.